drive and what drives you guys to always like be on stage.
We're like a bad penny in your pocket when you're looking for something. Always like you always pull it out. It's like it's fucking that penny again. God damn it.
Today on the show, we are joined with one of the guitar goats of metalcore, Buzz McGrath, celebrating 25 years of the band Unearth. We did this quick interview while they stopped in Toronto on their tour with Revocation. Asked them about the key to the band's longevity, their ongoing touring grind, the flow state you can get into while performing, advice he would have told his younger self, and some advice for aspiring bands who want to break into the industry. We also end this one of me telling him a story of how I hurt myself in my mom's basement while listening to Unearth. Let's fucking go.
Oh, yes,
Hello.
levels. We got
Kool-Aid.
Levels. Hell yeah. Right now, we are here. We're celebrating 25 years of fucking Unearth, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just basically, like, we've been doing kind of like this little series where we're talking to, like, all these different legacy bands and filmmakers and stuff like that.
Cool.
And one thing I always ask is, like, what's the key to, or what have you think has been the key of, like, longevity for Unearth?
Just not having the sense enough to quit while you're ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just like, even when it gets bad, you just keep going and you suffer through it. Not that that's a good thing at all.
Yeah.
But, it also gets to a point where it's the only thing you know how to do. And there's no turning back, which is terrifying at the same time.
Do you ever think, like, what would you do if you weren't doing this?
Probably work at a haberdashery or something.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd find a way. I always find a way.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah. One thing I always appreciate about Unearth too is, like, I kind of got into you guys around, like, the oncoming storm, so it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
But over the years, your consistency with fucking touring, I think only, like, over the pandemic, it almost seems like every year, like, no matter what city you're in, you can catch an Unearth show. And kind of like what goes behind, like, that drive and what drives you guys to always, like, be on stage.
We're like a bad penny in your pocket when you're looking for something. Always like you always pull it out. It's like it's fucking that penny again. God damn it. No, I don't know. We like to tour. We like to play shows. We like to have fun. We don't tour as much as we used to do, but we're still out there. You can catch us if you want or not.
Yeah, yeah. And even we talked to a lot of, like, different artists on the show. It's not just bands. And one thing that's been recently coming up a lot to, like, relating to live shows is when I'm talking to, like, comedians or battle rappers or two. We've been talking about this flow state they get in when they're on stage. It's almost like they could do their set, finish it, you ask them how it was, and they're like, I don't know, I kind of blacked out. And
Yeah,
do you find you fall into that as well?
Yep. There's a certain point on tour where it's like, I don't really need to warm up on guitar anymore. You just kind of have a couple beers. You tell yourself you're awesome. You just get out there and you do it. And there's also, it can go both ways. Like, you can do the same thing every day, and then you can have, like, a bad few shows where you're like, I don't know what's going on. I can't get a hold of this. But yeah, there's a level you just get to, and, like, you just go out there and you just do it, and then it comes and goes. Some days you have to try harder, you know, and you fuck up a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even, like, just kind of, like, relating to, like, the 25 years of your journey to, would you tell, like, yourself now, would you tell your younger self anything to prep him for this wild adventure
You know,
you were about to go on?
You always think about that. Like, what could you tell yourself? I would go back and try to tell myself something, but that person wouldn't listen to a goddamn thing this old geezer was telling them, you know? I'd be like, watch your money. I mean, that's the easy one, you know? We went through a phase where, you know, money was, we didn't have our eye on it, and it went weird. So, you know, that is always good advice just anyways. But, yeah, would your younger self even listen to you if you came back in a time machine? Like,
Hell
I'm
no.
you.
Fuck no.
I'm like that literally happens with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were like, listen, I have the fucking playbook. Here's what you need to do. And you're like, step, face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And one thing I'm learning as I'm getting older too is sometimes the best lesson is a good mistake as well.
Yes,
Just
absolutely,
embedded
absolutely
in
right.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even I find with these segments I do, a lot of, like, different aspiring creatives, like, at the beginning of their journey kind of gravitated to listen to the legends and stuff like that. And would you have any advice for maybe a band right now who's kind of in their garage, maybe playing some smaller shows and want to take their first step into the industry of like what they can do?
It's the cliche answer, and it gets repeated all the time, is because it's so true. It's like you got to just stay true to what you want to do, what your vision is. Don't do what's in your brain. Don't try to do what someone else is doing. And everyone says it all the time. It's because it's so important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. And even like I might cut this part out, but I always wanted to tell you guys like a little personal unearthed story of me being an idiot teenager.
I love where this is going.
Yeah, so around when the Oncoming Storm came out, I bought that album. I first saw you guys at a fest that doesn't exist anymore called Sounds in the Underground.
Oh, Sounds on My Underpants. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember it well.
Hell yeah. So me and my buddy, we bought this album. We were playing the shit out of it, but we were still like first venturing into more extreme stuff. We were used to just maybe like the new metal and stuff.
And shout out to those genres for like being the gateway for kids to get into like explore even heavier stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm a product of that as well. And yeah, just so me and my buddy went to like a first couple of like some underground shows, and we noticed for the first time we've seen actual like hardcore dancing, the punching, the kicking,
Yes.
the fighting the invisible ninjas.
It's very crazy if you don't know what that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it kind of like broke our brain a bit. And I remember, I forget which tour it was, but you guys were opening. You were our favorites. And we remember seeing that at these type of shows. And we're like, should we like learn how to do this?
No, that's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, it's like that type of energy is like people always say like, oh, there's no rules to that. But no, like if you like not doing it right, people will call you out. It's kind of silly, but
Yeah.
it's cool.
So get this. We're in my mother's basement.
Love where this is going.
It's an unfinished basement. It's kind of got like a ceiling like this, but even more sketchier. It's got, like exposed wood. There's some nails and stuff. And so we put on the Oncoming Storm, and I don't know what breakdown hit, but I did my very first windmill. My hand hit the ceiling, sliced my hand, blood everywhere, and me and the guy I was with, shout out to Anthony, we never hardcore danced again. That was the beginning and the end of our career.
You're not gonna blow out a hamstring or anything.
Yeah, or just look like a jackass.
Yep.
If you're having fun doing it, do it. But I'm just
No.
kind of glad. I feel like my life took like a nice path.
I feel like some people look cool doing it, and like some people just don't have it. It's like any type of dancing, you know?
Yeah, that's so true. You gotta like have the swagger. Where
Yeah.
we were just kind of like posers, like.
I get it.
But yeah, man. And even like, I just want to know, like, you guys are on this tour right now with Revocation. Once this wraps up, what's next for you guys? Are you thinking about the future, recording anything?
No, nope.
Stay by day.
We're going to Europe for like 2 weeks in November. Got a couple things here and there, but next year, if the phone doesn't ring, we're just gonna stay home.
All right. Well, that's it. Well, thanks for taking the time with me, man.
Thank you, man.
This was a lot of fun to talk to you, and we'll continue to share your journey, and maybe we can do another one at the 50-year anniversary.
Ah, yeah, right.
I'll see you there.
All right,
Let's go.
You can't get rid of me.
Hope you enjoyed this quick interview with Buzz from Unearth. Appreciate the time he took before stepping on the stage, and appreciate you listening. If you want to check out some longer episodes and even more celebration of some legacy bands, we got 35 years of Cannibal Corpse, 30 years of Dazed and Confused film with actor Sean Andrews, 20 years of hardcore legends Nasty, and much more in film, music, horror, comedy, all that. Take a second to subscribe to the channel and be a badass motherfucker who supports raw, uncut, independent media. And stay tuned for more. Yeah.